It's all information for me, and that's why it's important that you're honest about these things. I had a pair of brothers one time, two of the finest outfits I ever coached, Tim Stinson and Ed Stinson, brothers. When we sheep raced, as hard as they tried, blood is always thicker than water. You know, the brothers are going against you, and the tendency was, Timmy told me this. He said, that's my brother. Coach, what am I going to do? So I had to devise a way that we could do almost a double blind, where they couldn't figure out who was going to be next. Because if they could, they would always lay down for their brother. And I always, we talked about it, and we got through that. I don't know if they're actually laying down. What I call it laying down. I can't have former high school teammates here helping each other out. I can't have your best buddy who walk around holding hands with all the time. I can't have you. I can't have that affect the seabed. It's got to be totally objective. That's why it's got to be same constant, same boat, same lane, every piece, same rating. It's just a change of 1 beat per minute, a swing. The difference between two boats of like, when they're within a 1 beat, I don't care. That's fine. 30, 31, that's fine. But when one's at 29, the other's at 34, that's a huge difference. And if you do that, then you got to do that the next piece and the next piece, because it's consistent through all the pieces. It's accepted. But just as a rule of thumb, try to keep 2 beats, 1 to 2 beats of the other boat. No building for 10 or 20. You don't go nuts for 20 and then shift. You got to build right into the rating. Now we'll start the first couple of days. This week we'll do our sea racing at 30. Probably next time we do, we won't get that many opportunities. The scoop was too nuts. Too many wakes. There wasn't any out here, but maybe next one will be 32. And that's still below what race pace is, but it gives us a chance to really analyze. How many guys can you, when you go from boat to boat, you should be able to feel different rhythm in different boats. I mean, a boat that's counterstroke, it usually has pretty good rhythm. Who else? Tommy? Not so much. He's not a rhythm rower as much as a counter. So when you get switching boats behind those guys, you got to adjust to what they're doing. Some of you see, and overall, guys, just was my impression. I watched it like that. I'm not as vocal as I used to be. I just watch. And if I had to make an assessment of what Temple's style of rowing is right now, it's too punchy. It's boom, rush it, get up, boom, your strokes are bam, too frantic. I like the way you row. I tell you, I'm kidding. I mean, I tell you, I want you to get a little bit more of an edge to you. I do, but we watch him row. It's as smooth as nothing bothers you. On outwardly, inside, you're cooking. Everything bothers you inside. That's the way you're gonna be. You're hungry. But again, we're not taking advantage of our length. You're gonna stay long. Like I told you the other day, think of your stroke as catch to pin, pin to finish. I think most of your catches, you're chopping the catch, and you're coming out of row. So essentially, if you look at your blade, it's going in like this and out like this. You're taking spoonfuls. You're not taking sweeping strokes. I don't want to see your blade come. Hey, come. I want the first time he wants to do the blade is his head back. I don't want it in the water and still traveling towards the stern. That's an error shot. That's not going to help us at all. Right? That's why we still want to stay with a lot of square blades. And the shoulders. I know some of you realize I want level shoulders. You especially. I want, like if you're on the poor side, you have a slightly lower inside, so that's fine. But I never want the opposite. Just torque some of your shoulders, you get no leverage. What else, Brian? Help me here.
Just to touch on what you said. Yesterday afternoon, I thought we had a pretty good row. It seemed very positive from you guys last night. But what I've seen this week so far, and we're only day 3, is in the morning it's one kind of rowing, in the afternoon it's another kind of rowing. In the morning it's all been super aggressive. We go after it. The one afternoon was just terrible rowing. The next afternoon was just I thought very good rowing, very good for March 2nd rowing. Very positive. But then we get back to this morning and we're back to just trading punches a little bit. It's not rock'em sock'em robots. So make sure that we're stay long. Row in the afternoon. Row like that all the time. That's something we can work on. But if we keep taking steps back and then just getting punchy and just and I know we're rowing for our lives and stuff like that, but don't sacrifice that length and the cleanliness and stuff like that. We're rowing together in whatever lineup we put, so don't mess around with that.
When we're going to be short on the pieces, I don't think we can roll 6 minutes effectively.
I think that way you can. Cruise, the best cruise I've had over the years are ones that do the 6-minute pieces for it. Now, I'll be honest with you, I can tell after 3 minutes who's going to win a piece usually. And if you see a huge swing in the last part, it's not that bad anyway. It's usually somebody else in the boat's tanking. So, in the interest of just pure speed, boat speed, I can tell in 3 minutes. We're going to shorten all the pieces to 3 minutes. But because our quality is early in the season, I still want to get a lot of value out of the workouts themselves. So 5-6 minute pieces is a ton of work. That's why this afternoon we don't want to work hard again. Here we're going to be focused and we're going to do steady state. But this is the kind of stress on the cardio workout that you can sit and have a conversation with on the earth. This is not EAT. It's aerobic. Heart rate probably 130 to 135-ish. Real low. And I know it's almost like after you go through this morning, it's like, oh, it was just candy-ass workout. No. You need workouts like the AT workouts and the aerobic workouts. You need a good balance. You really do. And therefore, because it's hard, it's really hard to focus for these workouts. That's why yesterday we did 6s for a while. That's what I want you to do this afternoon. 6s up to the river. From there on, like yesterday, I counted out about 65 minutes of steady state, combined with drills and steady state. That's what we want to do. 18 or 20 minutes at a tempo and a pressure you can do forever. Virtually forever. That does as much good for you as running hard. In some cases, in fact, it's even better for you because it gives you a chance to recover. So we'll go easy this afternoon. We'll go back at it hard again tomorrow morning. What I was impressed with, the first 2 boats off the dock this morning, that windstorm, that little brief wind thing there hit, I thought, oh man, that's it. I go outside and I see all those floors heading back towards the trailer. No. The first 2 boats went out, just took off, the other 2 boats come. I didn't know anybody in particular, but I thought I saw it go look up to see whether we were going to bring it back in. And I heard all the high point girls and boys squealing. Oh, it's windy. Our guys are like, I heard a couple of them comment. There was a couple of guys, nothing bothers them. And that's good, that's what we want, right? Anyway, anything else?
Yeah, Coach. Yeah. Just want to go through the results. In our boat, first piece, Dante's boat won by 3 seats. Second piece, we switched DiCarlo and Lindemann. That boat, Dante's boat, won by about 4 lengths. So that's toward Dante. Third piece, we switched Berry and Zephyr. Dante won by about 5 lengths. So that goes to Berry by about a length. Fourth piece, we switched them back. The original plan was to switch to 3 men, but those distances were getting a little untenable. The fourth piece, we switched Lindemann and DiCarlo back. DiCarlo won again, but by about a length instead of 2 lengths or 3 lengths. And then we switched Sipsner and Evan. Sipsner got Evan by probably about a length, maybe a little less. All right.
Did Evan beat you?
Well, here's the interesting thing. What I wanted to bring up there was that the boat, the Fergal, Evan, Berry, Lindemann boat started to find a little rhythm. As the piece went on, as the practice went on, you almost became greater than the sum of your parts. It became a little bit of a rhythm there and started clicking. It was no longer 8 guys switching 2 interchangeable parts. It became you started to find a rhythm and hit a little bit together. That's sort of what happens with team dynamics, these longer pieces. So you put it out the longer pieces. One of the benefits of the longer pieces is we get tired. We don't have the energy to fight each other anymore. So as the pieces go on, the 5th piece, it's 30 minutes of hard work. Guys fighting for their lives, not knowing who's going to get switched next. We start to find that rhythm in some boats, and some groups of guys start to blend and move out a little bit. It's just interesting where that goes. So,
Because of the last piece, though, is my thing on the second.
The beauty of it is today's last piece is the stepping stone for this afternoon, and the end of today's practice will be the stepping stone for tomorrow. And we have to get better every single time. We can get better every stroke, and if that's too micromanaged, we can get better every piece. All right, now we fixed what was wrong with that piece, and then if that gets too small, we can get better every practice and every week and stuff like that. But that's the trend I like to see.
We work too hard. Brian brought up yesterday, he said, watching this one group, he said, watching 8 guys rip the riggers off the side of the boat. Not working together. Guys from 7 on back have to be what they call neighbors. You got to neighbor the stroke. job. That's just so good. It can't be a constant battle back and forth. Us against them. Before they get started, freshman and sophomore, sophomore against junior. It's got to be it's Temple against the world. It's got to be. Nobody outside of us gives a shit about us. Including that. There's a few people that do. Anyway, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was done with that. I have one last thing. Coxon's did I thought he did a nice job today. Still, I get annoyed when we don't just turn around and line up, and that comes from when I rode and watching you guys just miscalculating and coming up to a bow and then cruising right through. I think I was telling Nick the other day, when you're driving a launch, you can give it some gas and then put in neutral and then let the momentum carry itself. So you guys need to be aware of that. When you're coming up to the line, you don't need to be next to somebody. You're not in a car. Or when you step on the brakes, it stops. When you stop rowing next to Dante or Truman or Kyle, you drift. And now we're doing this, and then we're making slight adjustments. But yesterday, the average time between pieces for 3 pieces was almost 19 minutes. Today, the average time between 5 pieces was a lot closer to 16. It was under 16 actually. So we shaved about almost 3 minutes off in between pieces. Now, that's about my limit. Because if we can get it down to 12 minutes if we wanted to. Now we're working out in 2 directions. We're not resting and finding a rhythm. So that 15-minute range I think is perfect. I thought you guys did a good job of that today.
Much better. And the conditions were worse. I think it helped that he was up there as a target for the Cox and somebody. Someone around looking for a point in